Yeah, hi, these comments are for Meomi, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at STELL, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. You completed the pronunciation pretest at my website, so I want to listen and evaluate your pronunciation as it relates to the vowel and consonant sounds of American English.
Count, vote, wrong, roll, honor, over, father, though, pat, tot, map, mop, tack, talk, on, mac, mock, bright, brown, broil, lie, loud, loyal, pie, pound, gate, get, late, let, mate, met, blade, bled, dean, dean, meet, nut, Pete, pit, lip, lip, sit, heat, hit, look, luck, took, tool, tough, cold, cool, match, mash, cheap, shape, feature, facial, shaft, off, of, half, have, fine, vine, feign, vain, wafer, waver, how, had it, who, rehash, behavior, hate, Batman, beaten, important, brightened, headwreck, threatened, measure, fragile, Fraser, lesion, engine, adjure, large, easier, cake, sink, sack, came, game, cap, gap, lake, lack, lean, rear, better, luggage, rocked, other, right, light, committed, pace, base, flap, cap, cab, lap, lab, pay, day, lies, zip, shoe, zoo, maze, Aliza, multiple, Robert, example, pressure, principle, number, people, philosopher, volcanism, written, maximum, question, summer, reason, chasm, often, tip, dip, cart, card, tide, tide, train, drain, fact, fad, team, dream, thigh, thy, breath, breathe, teeth, teeth, through, though, worth.
Alright, so you just did part A, and I do have some suggestions of some vowel and some consonant sounds you want to work on right now. So you might want to write these down. Lesson number 10. Overall, you're okay here, but that last word, den. So just go over that lesson just to be safe. Lesson number 11, especially the E, meet, peat, leap, seat, heat. You're having trouble with that long E there. Also, lesson number 13, especially the CH sound, match, cheap, cheer. You want to focus on that sound. Lesson number 14 is the V. You're not pronouncing that V with enough vibration. For example, fine, vine, fan, van. So study that lesson. Number 15, specifically in this lesson, focus on it's called the glottal stop. For example, Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. It's the flap, not the flap, but the glottal stop sound you have to work on a little bit more. When that T's in the middle of a consonant, American English speakers typically don't pronounce that particular sound there. Alright, let's go to 16. I think you're more having trouble with the j, measure, Fraser, lesion, azure, Asia. So focus on that. Lesson number 18 is more the T when it's in the middle of a word. Typically it sounds kind of like a soft E. For example, committed, committed, utter, committed. So it's just that, I think that's called the flap sound. Lesson number 20, the Z, lies, zip, maze, Eliza. So focus on that Z. And then lesson number 24, especially that TH, the voiced, is called the voiced interdental consonant. Thy, breathe, teeth, though, worthy. So that's what I would recommend there. So what I would recommend, you want to focus on those lessons that I just told you. Lesson number 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, and also 24. And make sure you go over the videos. When you watch those videos, practice reading with me out loud as I read with you the information in those videos. All of my pronunciation videos have subtitles, so you can practice what's called tracking. The process of reading slightly behind the native speaker, so you can work on your tone, your stress, your rhythm, your consonants, your vowels, and everything else important to helping you speak more clearly. A little bit of practice every day will help you. Okay, now let's take a look at part B, which is you answered 4 questions. And based on your response here, I can usually give you a pretty good idea what your intelligibility score is right now, and also you give me some important information so I can understand more about you and where you're coming from.
My educational background is economic law, and I graduated in 2010 in the University of Law.
Congratulations on your graduation.
After 2010, I participated in.
You want to say participated in.
Some courses about law measure, such as practical training of lawyer. After that,
you want to maybe say practical training for lawyers. I would probably say they're lawyers.
I registered the English course in the university law measure, such as practical training of lawyer. After that, I registered the English course.
You want to say registered. So there's a pattern in your pronunciation right now. Sometimes it's what we call grammatical word endings. Words like EDs and S's, sometimes you're not putting those sounds or those letters at the end of the words. For example, you say register, but when you want to use past, registered. Or instead of lawyers, you might say lawyer. So you have to be careful about those grammatical word endings.
In the university, so I study English until now.
I would say I have studied this course until now. You know, probably the present perfect would probably work better there than the simple present.
The important thing for me to improve my speaking and pronunciation abilities of American English is if I speak clearly and pronounce exactly. So
be careful, pronounce. So make sure when you have a word, you have some of these words that have final consonant sounds. You want to make sure you're clearly pronouncing those final sounds.
I can express my opinion and
say express my opinion.
And exchange information with professors or my classmates, or just have conversation with everybody, and I can speak fluently. It's very important for my career in the future.
Okay.
So I hope to achieve high TOEFL score in this course. Actually, I got 19.
I would probably say I hope to achieve a high TOEFL score after using this course. That would probably be more logical.
In speaking, so it's very, very low, and it make my high TOEFL score in this course. Actually, I got 19 in speaking, so it's very, very low.
You want to say 19. You have 90, 19. You have 30, 13, 40, 14. So that's a word stress issue.
And it makes my.
There you remember. You said make, then you changed it to makes. So you remembered that time to put the third person S on that verb.
TOEFL score a little bit lower than I hope. So I want to improve or get 26 like everybody in your courses and in your course in speaking.
It's going to be tough, I'll be honest with you. 26 out of 30 on the speaking is not a small accomplishment, which means it's a very large accomplishment. Now, you're at 19 out of 30 right now, trying to move up 7 points to 26. Now, one of the best things you can do right now, I think, with your speaking and your pronunciation of American English is this. Find a newspaper, any newspaper in English. Start reading the newspaper with a native speaker. Read a paragraph, have the native speaker correct your pronunciation of those words in that paragraph. Start doing that every day if possible, and maybe that also can help you make some progress. But like I was saying right now, I'm going to give you a score right now, an intelligibility score, and you know, you're just a little bit difficult to understand, so I'm not going to put you in the 4 area. You want to be scoring on my intelligibility scale at least 5.0 out of 7. I'm going to put you in the mid 3 area right now. I'm going to put you at about 3.5 out of 7. And why is that? You got some word stress issues. You have problems sometimes pronouncing the final consonant sounds in your words. Sometimes you're not putting the S or the EDs on the ends of your words. So it does it makes it a little bit difficult for you to understand. And when you're speaking, you're not speaking in a natural, fluent manner like native speakers do. So work hard. I'm glad that you joined my course, and you definitely can get better, but it will take practice. It's going to take a lot of practice. You want to watch movies as much as you can, talk to native speakers, go through the pronunciation area of my course right now, start focusing on the lessons I just told you in the video, and little by little, you can and you will make progress. To go from 19 to 26 will take some time. It might take you 3 or 4 months, but if you keep practicing, keep following my suggestions, you will be able to reach your goal eventually. All right, anyway, thank you very much for joining my course and for being one of my students, and all the best to your high-scoring speaking success.